everyone, my name is Anna. I am not a beauty guru. I'm new to this, but I do know what products and things that I like. I love all things makeup, all things nails, hair. So if you're like me, you're on a budget. I have 3 wonderful kids, and I don't spend a whole lot of money on products. I love subscription box, sample boxes, all that, so that way that I can find products that are new and that I like. But I'm going to call this video Beauty on a Budget because there is a huge booming industry on eyebrow tint, eyebrow shaping, microblading. Lashes are huge now. So most women, most girls, they really focus on their brows, their lashes, because that's what draws attention to your face. It's like the first thing people see. So today, this video is going to focus on tinting or darkening your eyebrows. I know that this is kind of late in the game. I know there's a lot of similar videos. I just wanted to give my personal review and perspective on darkening your eyebrows. Now, if you can tell, which I'm sure you can, I'm very fair-skinned. I have literally translucent eyebrows. They're like see-through, so they definitely need darkening. When I do my makeup, I know before it was what took me the longest to do was my eyebrows, because they got to be perfect. It will throw your whole look off. So today we are going to be doing a tutorial and review of the technique of tinting your eyebrows using the Just for Men beard and facial hair tint or dye. This is a semi-permanent dye. It retails for about $8. You get these 2 little tubes. You get a developer and a color base. This shade is M40, which is not their darkest, not their lightest. I don't like a super dark brow, and this way I can build color. If I want super dark brows, if I'm doing a dramatic look, I can do that. If I want close to natural, I can kind of do that as well. Sometimes it does turn out a little dark though. I've done this before, as you can see some of the residue. It washes out after so many shampoos, which is a good thing, because if you mess that up, you're going to want to get that off your face. Now, pretty much this is just going to darken and deepen the color. It does stain skin. So if you get a drop of this on your face, you're going to need to remove it like quickly. If you don't, you're going to look like you have a stain on your face, a weird dark stain. Now, to prevent your Just for Men dye from getting on the rest of your face or anywhere that you don't want on this outline of your eyebrows, you're going to use coconut oil. It's the best thing. I've tried the Vaseline. I've tried other products to keep that from, dyeing parts that I don't want dyed. This definitely is natural. It's safe. If you get coconut oil in your eye, you're going to be fine. It's going to be irritated, but you're going to be fine. So, long story short, this is going to be protectant as far as the skin you don't want to dye. You are going to need a spoolie to bring those lashes to the shape you want. You're going to need a applicator. I'm going to be using a little angled brush to brush this in. I think a brush is the best application. I can't think of anything else that you could use. So, definitely don't want to get this in your eyes. It is probably going to make you go blind, or you're going to go to the hospital. So, be very safe when you're doing this. Kids should not be doing this, young girls. If you're a teenager, and if your mom allows you to do this, have your mom do it. So that way that, you're under supervision. You're not going to permanently damage your eyes for the sake of beauty. Beauty's pain, but you don't want any lasting effects. So, I am going to show you how to prep, how to get everything ready. Sorry for the long intro. Super new to this. I hope you guys like it, and I hope it's helpful. Okay, so welcome back. We're going to go ahead and put the coconut oil on just to kind of tape off the areas that we don't want to color. Now you're going to want to mix this in equal portions. Of course, you're going to be using very small amounts. You're literally dyeing 2 strips of hair, and as you can see, I'm sure I do overpluck. Always been an overplucker, so you're going to do no more than a dime size amount. This little mixing tray even kind of shows you that you've got these 2 components, which is your color base and your developer. Mix those here. Use something, whatever is your preference, but I prefer the little angled. This came out of a eyebrow kit. I'm sure everyone has it. So we're going to be mixing that, and we'll go ahead and jump right into that. I do have to use a handheld mirror because my mirror's over there. So I'm going to go ahead and hope I'm not blocking anyone's view. You want to get this coconut oil on there. It's room temperature in here naturally, so my coconut oil is not liquid. You really don't want it to be a liquid. You want it to be that weird lard consistency. I like to dip it down in there, spin it, get a good coating of the coconut oil, and then just take my fingers and go like that. So basically all we need to do now is take our spoolie, brush these out in the direction that our hair grows. I have a much better arch on one of these eyebrows than the other one. Can't help that. Too late for that. So we're going to want to go underneath. Anywhere that you put this coconut oil, that dye is not going to stick to. So remember that. If you do get it on your actual brow, the parts that you want to dye, it's not going to take very well. So we're going to get that on there. I'm going to real quickly do the other one. The coconut oil sounds maybe like a step that you could skip, but it's not. Don't skip it. Don't just avoid it. If you have something that you would prefer to use to the coconut oil, that's perfectly fine. If it works, it works, and that's all that I personally care about. If it works, and if it doesn't, break the bank. So we're going to go ahead and trying to shorten this video down, but I do want to be thorough. I want you guys to, if this is your first time doing this, to do it right. I know the first time that I did it, I watched a couple videos, just went in and done it. I did have some iffy results. So there's our developer. No, there's our color base. Sorry for that. And here's our developer. As you can see, they are in roughly equal amounts. I'm going to take my applicator brush, angled brush thingy. It's going to get all of my product on here, but I'm going to be able to just pull that off. You know, you don't want to gob all of this on your eyebrow. You don't want to have to go back in and mix, because every minute counts. Every minute that you have this product on your eyebrows, it is dyeing the color. So you do want to keep that in mind. I like to do mine separately. I like to do one eyebrow, time it with my phone, and then do the other eyebrow. So I'm going to go ahead. If you can see that, I'm loading product up onto that brush, taking my mirror, and here we go. Now, I will say you do want that product to be on the tip, not so much on the sides, because I did use this to mix it with. A lot of it's on the sides. As long as you get that little bit right there, you should be good. So, I'm going to go ahead and barely go in. Don't press down on the skin really hard, because it does dye the skin. My eyebrows are so overplucked. Can't help that. I do that every time. I don't know your guys' technique. I know it's a bad habit of mine, so if you want, leave me some comments. Let me know what I can do to stop doing that, to kind of control my tweezers there, because It's really hard. Once I get going, I really go in there. So the first thing that I do want to say is that you can always add color. You cannot take color off. So it is better to go ahead and just be safe. Better to be safe than sorry, and add less at this point, because you can always go back in, put more dye, and tweak it to however you need it. You can't take that off. So once you get it, and you can already see it's literally instantaneous. It starts darkening. Once it starts developing, you'll see that color, and you'll see if you've made any mistakes. Go ahead, take your Q-tip with coconut oil, get that off as quickly as possible. Even though you got that coconut oil layer on there, you do want to be as thorough as possible and just go ahead and get that off there. Now, when you do this, you want to make these, just like with anything, with just regular makeup, you want to make these match as much as possible, your eyebrows. If it's not perfect, I'm not going to lie. To me, it's not that big of a deal because I'm going to use eyebrow makeup anyway. Most women do, most girls do. Now, I am not the youngest person in the world. I'm older. I am approaching 40. So, stuff like this, it just makes you look better and it makes you feel better, and it's kind of like your eyebrows almost being done for you when you wake up. I know for me, especially as a younger girl, my eyebrows and my eyelashes made me so super self-conscious. I hated it. I hated going to a pool with my friends. I hated doing things where people would actually be seeing my eyebrows because they're so light. They look like I don't have any, like I'm an alien. And it's always been like that. They've always been translucent clear. So we're going to go ahead and cut here, and we're going to time this. I've been talking for a couple minutes with this on, so I'm going to account for that. 5 minutes max. Do not go over 5 minutes. In my opinion, if you do, you might regret it. And it's better to go ahead and get that stuff off there, and then if you need to apply more, you've got these tubes. There's plenty in there. It's literally like $8, and it should last you at least half the year, or for me it does. But I will be right back with you guys after 5 minutes. We'll take a look. I know you can see that they are darkening up. This is the time, by the way, that you want to go ahead, and if you do see like one of my eyebrows is higher than the other one, I can actually go ahead and bring that up a little bit. It is going to make my eyebrows look, thicker, fuller. So even if they're not perfect, all that matters is they're better, I think. We'll be right back.